Spiritual author and speaker Marianne Williamson describes a miracle as a shift in perception or a change of mind. My miracle happened at the gift store in SeaWorld. There was a whole rack of animal hats, and while my husband was browsing, I picked up the orca hat and I put it on. I saw what I looked like in the mirror and I started to laugh. My husband heard me. He turned around and looked at me, appalled. "What are you doing? Take that off. You look ridiculous." He was so upset, it just made me laugh harder. My cheeks were hurting and I was clutching my stomach as he muttered to me, "Stop, you're making a fool of yourself. People are watching." And that's when the miracle occurred. Because it didn't matter. It didn't matter if anyone was watching. I was having a good time. And there was no voice inside of my head telling me that I was stupid or wrong. It was like my best friend came and covered my ears and just laughed with me. Now, the sad part of this story is that I was 50 years old when this happened. 50 years of anticipating criticism that echoed my internal voice. And even worse, I'm a psychologist. I've got over 25 years of work. Exactly, right? Helping people. And yet that's how I was. But I'm not alone, and neither are you. The person beside you or in front of you, in fact, chances are most of the people in this room have felt that way at some point in time. Time and AOL did a study that showed that 60% of women have negative thoughts about themselves on a weekly basis. And this self-criticism worsens under stress. And it's not just women. A 2016 survey that went over 5 different studies showed that 50% of men feel bad about their weight and their body image. And I know that these statistics are true because I've heard this over and over again in my office. There's a solution. You need to decide to believe you're worthy before you'll feel worthy. And how do you do that? Think SWAP. Self-compassion, worthiness, accept help, and positive self-talk. And this is what I mean. Everybody's doing the best they can with what they have in this moment. You and I, we're part of everyone. This is true for us. We are all persons of worth. We don't earn that. We're born that way. When you help somebody else, when you give them support and compassion, you feel wonderful. But when you won't ask or receive help from somebody, you're depriving them of the chance to feel good. And imperfections and challenges and successes, they're not a product of being worthy. They're just a part of life. But how you respond, what you say to yourself, that's a choice. That's up to you. So that day in the gift store, the miracle was that the belief became the feeling. I was full of joy. I was totally and completely myself. And it was fabulous. And you have the power to do this as well, to break that chain of the internal negative voice. You wouldn't let your best friend talk to herself in a mean and denigrating way. You would never let her drown in negativity. So give yourself the gift of being your own best friend. Believe and know that the feeling will follow. Today, I dance even when there's no music. I wear shoes that make my husband cringe, and I drive the brightest yellow car that you've ever seen. But you know what? When the chips are down, I know that I'm worthy. I remind myself of that. I believe in that and I feel that. You can too. Talk to yourself and treat yourself with love and care and compassion, because that's what best friends do. Thank you.